my fellow Ambazonians. Una good evening for all our big papa them and our big mommy them, for all our uncle them and our auntie them, for all our big brother them and our big sister them, for all our neighbor them, for all Ambazonian picking them, Ambazonians them for all over the world. I be una brother Asu, when the press secretary for the executive office for Governing Council of Ambazonia. That means that I be the spokesperson for the office for the leader for a war of independence, Dr. Ayabacho. My people, when I come well for this number 11 day for the month of December, when I 2020, I get really good news. We don't come up for that side for the great state of Bui, for the big work with the forces of the ADF, for the big joint operation where they don't carry on for that side for the great state of Bui. We also going to bring on our news. We're going to come up for that side for Germany. We'll tell when which they happen, what could happen for Australia, and then we'll go bring on a report. We don't come up for that side for United Nations Security Council concerning Ambazonia. Then finally, we go take on a go for that side for Pobia a country. We go take on a, we bring on the report where you don't come up for their Ministry of Defense about what the Ambazonia don't do and for Cameroon do for La République du Cameroon. They are soldier them where they send them for Ambazonia. The news is not fine for Pobia. The news is not fine at all for Cameroon. Ambazonia they really compromise La République du Cameroon. Before we bring on that news, we go make all money heart sweet. Make we start first with the good news. We go down come up for that side for the great state of Bui. The commander, the overall commander for that side for the great state of Bui, General Hassan, he don't gather the brigades, the ADF brigades them for that side for Bui. He gather all them. So 3 of the brigades them for ADF brigades them for that side for Bui, they come together, they carry out a big joint operation. They be get intelligence about say La République du Cameroon, they are colonial terrorist forces. They be make some waka for campus for some road. The general, he gather a force them, they lay a big ambush for La République du Cameroon. As they lay that ambush, they compromise La République du Cameroon. The Ambazonia Defense Forces for the great state of Bui, where they ambush Cameroon convoy with the waka. They plenty their armor car the way they waka. As they ambush them, the battle, the fight be there. Gang, that kind of fight. That sweet music, we don't over like them. That grrr. Fight come out. ADF, a Chakala la République du Cameroon. For that fight, for that choir, the Ambazonia Defense Forces soldier them. They knock down 4 La République du Cameroon. They send them for Ekemalan. When I know what I mean. They send them, may they go under 6 feet. May they not ever come back again. 4, they die. Where ADF is scatter them. So now the great news that we don't come up for that side for the great state of Bui. We want Nak Cafe for the ADF big general for that side for the great state of Bui. General Hassan, we knock you cafe, General Ebube, all with General Capo them, all we una go for that mission. Una come together for work together as a big brigade. Una go show them what it be Ambazonia and what it be ADF and what it mean for say people they stand up for defend their people and their territory. So the ADF forces for the great state of Bui, good job. Una continue with that spirit. Now make we take una and news this, make a give una now news we come out for the executive office. Tomorrow so we go be on Saturday. The leadership of Governing Council of Ambazonia, they go the visit with the Ambazonia community for Germany for get a big meeting when I go be for internet, a big internet meeting for Zoom. The community they come together with the leadership. Tomorrow the leader go give presentation on the state of our war of independence, on the state of our diplomacy, on the state, the stabilization plan, and why all communities them they get involved for the liberation of Ambazonia. So tomorrow, the leadership of Governing Council of Ambazonia, you go to visit with Ambazonian community for Germany. Any Ambazonian we there for Germany, we call upon you, we invite you for come together as a community so that we understand who's how they for self, who's how ground zero day, how diplomacy day, what be the stabilization plan, now what go accomplish and for our people them. So tomorrow, na big day for Ambazonian community for Germany. Next week, it go be a big day. Next week, Saturday, it go be a big day for Ambazonian community. For that side, for Australia, it go be their own day. And that day go come. And next week, Saturday, with the Ambazonian community for Australia, they come together for also make the leadership of Governing Council of Ambazonia a visit with them, make it begin also explain for them how things that they go, how the world they go, what we need for do, how all things they go. So next week, it will be next week, Saturday. This morning time, one woke up for morning time, the leader for our War of Independence, he don't write a big note. He put an all for all Ambazonia them. Forgive Ambazonia them. The report where Unasabi say yesterday, the Security Council for the United Nations, they be meet up yesterday, and the Ambazonian Cameroon matter, it be there for the table. Now where the leader don't write and say, it be very, very happy with the statement with the Russian ambassador for the United Nations. It talks it be really like the statement with the Russian ambassador. It talk about Ambazonia and how Cameroon and Ambazonia are two different countries them, and this matter they get for settle now under a good negotiation where it be fair and it be just for the two sides. The leader also talks say he really like what the German ambassador for the United Nations he also talk. The leader talks say the thing where not really correct, not the straight. Now wait where the United Nations representative for Central Africa, what they call it say Ambassador Francois Faure. He talks say not like what Francois Faure, he don't present them for the Security Council because what Francois Faure he present them, it not be the reality on the ground and the reality of the conflict and the reality of the two countries them. What he present them, that one, not really correct. And he want make Mr. Oga Francois Faure make it go back for all the meetings them where they don't get them. When they get this top big meeting them, make they go back. They go stand for all what the United Nations it don't stand for about Ambazonia and Cameroon conflict. And when Mr. Francois Faure he want to do presentation within the United Nations and within the Security Council, if I make it talk how things the day, what be the problem, because if he not do them so, the world he no go really take better step them for solve the problem. The report where Francois Faure don't put on, it make Ambazonia, it is also look and see Ambazonia like saying a small part of La République du Cameroon and say they say they get for solve the problem for that manner. So that one it means say Mr. Francois Faure now he promote this genocide and now he continue for make this matter, this war, make it continue for long. And so when Mr. Francois Faure too, he kind of talking about reconstruction. He don't forget say the war never finish. He don't forget say negotiation never finish. That one it means say Mr. Francois Faure he push na Cameroon agenda instead of the agenda of the United Nations and the obligation for the international community for stand up for take their responsibility for protect the Ambazonian people there. All right. The leader also talks say they say it will call for all other countries then for the world make they follow the examples, the example with the Russian, with the government of Russia, it don't put them for table, and when they also follow the example with the German government, it don't put them for table. The leader talks he want to remind Ambazonians and the international community say Ambazonia is an independent state, and so not be something where they get for debate about it, not be something where they get for argue about it, not be something where they want to revise history. It talks they say Ambazonia all waiting with the one now for make sure say the people of Amazonia, they get total control over their sovereignty and over their land and over for their own freedom. The leader also talks, they say, make the world know, say, they say the Amazonian people now control 80% of their country. And so the world must respect that reality, and it must come for accept the Amazonian people then as equal, as a party to the conflict. Cameroon one side, Amazonia one side. Now the only way that, and the world got for put pressure for the colonial state for accept this reality. And the earlier where Cameroon come for negotiate for a credible negotiation with the Amazonian people, the better this thing will bring not only the stability for that area, but it also will bring peace for Cameroon. Because if Amazonia not be stable, Cameroon too, it go chakara. All right? Now the news that way come out for the office, for the leader for a war of independence. My fellow Amazonians, the last week, we can't tell when I say, they say, La République du Cameroon, they don't publish a document for outside where they talk say more than 300 of something of their forces. Either they don't be killed or they don't fear the war and then they run the war. Today, I want to give an update. According to an investigative journalist for La way now he do the investigations and for La République du Cameroun, Beris Betold, he don't talk say they say a secret document where the colonial minister of defense, he don't send them to the presidency of La République du Cameroun. He make that number we will be talking last week 2 times more. He talks say according to the number for the document with the colonial minister of defense, he publish them, he send them for the presidency of La République du Cameroun. The Joseph Betty Asomo, for a report for the 25th day for November 2020, Mr. Asomo, for that report we write and for Pobia, he talks in a 637 Cameroon B Army, gendarme, police, air force, and firefighters. A combined number of 637. Amazonia, when I hear this number, fine. 637. Now the number of Cameroon soldier them that, we either they don't kill them for Amazonia, and their government don't know place where their body there, or most of them the war done too much for them and they don't decide for run. 637. Crazy number. Out of that number, it talks say 345. That one them, now their army than that. Either they don't be killed in Amazonia or the war don't pass them. They don't run. 100 of their marines, and then 94 gendarmes. 94. And then 19 firefighters. So the total number now 637. And this one, now just for the last few months. This one, so not just for the last few months. That's why Pobia now don't the rush. Because Amazonia don't compromise 637 of his forces them. Just in the last few months. This defeat with the Amazonian people, they don't compromise Cameroon. It don't make shame. It don't catch Pobia. Shame don't catch Pobia. For say it's more a people. We since 2017, they say go crush them. It come back to 2018. It say go crush them. 2019, he say he go crush them. 2020, he never show face for outside. Now the people them this, they don't delete 637 of which they call and say the army, of which they call and say the military. A people will be a powerful generation. Will be a very powerful generation. If with the small materials, with boys them, with some time they fight with their bare hands, they fit delete 637 Cameroon trained army. Chai! If this one not been as something way you get for be proud of as an Amazonian. That's something we get for make all we feel proud. All we get for feel proud of what defense forces them. All we get for feel proud of the strategy. We get for feel proud of what these brave men and women that they do. We say most of those things, because of the conditions of the environment, sometimes these battles them, we need to even hear about them. But you hear now about the results. Not been a couple, they can't tell about the results. Not been a Vela or Tapa or Asu, they can't tell about the results. Now la Republic du Cameroon government says, it is she don't now they put cry die. It is she don't now they put cry house. Now how poor Bia go tell la Republic du Cameroon mami them and families for tell them take 637 of their Pekin. They don't be killed for Amazonia in the last few months. That's why they go right and say they don't run a fight. They don't say they don't be deserted. They don't desert work. They don't leave work run. But how 637 people they will leave work run for a country and the government no place where they dey? If not true, say they just leave the work because the war don't pass them. No, they don't leave work. And Bazonia don't compromise them. And Paul Biya, that moron, Paul Biya, he got to go meet up and La République du Cameroon mami them. Make Cameroon mami them. The whole Paul Biya. Make it show them place where they are picking the day. Make the people of La République du Cameroon, the whole Paul Biya, make it show them place where 637 of their picking the way send them from Amazonia. May show them place where they are picking the day. They mami them for La République du Cameroon, una rise up. The people of La République du Cameroon, una rise up. Una whole Paul Biya. Una whole Joseph Betty Asomo. Una go for Diongute, una go hold them accountable for una picking them. 637 of una picking them. Una go ask them place where una picking the day. 600. Una rise up. Una rise up, una hold Diongute responsible. Una hold Atanganji responsible. Una rise up, una ask for accountability for una picking them. Amazonia na in no-go zone. Any person where they send it from Amazonia, you go come back na for coffin. Or you go lost. As the other one, they don't kill them. They don't die from Amazonian bushes. For a war where they no go ever fit for winner. As United States Ambassador, Nagitibo, it be one Paul Biya. Say you no go ever fit for win this kind of war. And no country, you no ever fit for win this kind of war. You say America don't triumph. It don't fail for all the war them. And the worst one, the biggest disgrace for America, now for the Vietnam War. Paul Biya no year. Now only 4 years this. Amazonia they the only warm up For we, the Ambazonian people, them, this one are just warm up. We just start for warm up. This one, General F and just the start for warm up. Lieutenant General Popo, they just the warm up. General Rambo, just the warm up. General Hassan, just the warm up. General Ibube, they just the do a small warm up. This one now just done for push up. Ambazonia, the warm up, that's all. The battle never start. The 7 Qatar, they just the warm up. Aruke, they just the warm up. The battle for Cameroon, between Cameroon and Ambazonia, it never even start. Was so that they just the warm up. And if only for warm up, they don't delete 637. We never even start for implement the full stabilization plan. We just there for the beginning stages of the implementation of the stabilization plan. Any army, police, gendarme, where they send you from Ambazonia, you deal now with fire. For 4 years, our forces, they don't get better experience. They don't master the field. They don't master the game of war. They don't become more courageous, more bravery. They go deal with La République du Cameroon. Small time, they go catch La République du Cameroon, their soldier them for hand like this. They just catch them and take their head, put them for inside village town. At the beginning, this war forces them. At the beginning, this, we must crumble Cameroon. We must battle them for every place. No space. All those chiefs will they vote for this election. All our forces, they must go after them. All those councillors. No such thing for Ambazonia. Inside the territory of Ambazonia will exist in the name of Cameroon. Every colonial administrative building must go completely down. Any person for inside Ambazonia will put the head for outside, say it represent Cameroon government. Now a complete target because they enable colonialism, occupation, genocide for Ambazonia. They be a danger to the lives, the security, and the sovereignty of Ambazonia. This generation, it no go play those games with Pobia. We must end Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia. We must end them. This one not be a politics. This one not a war of survival. And not be two ways. They know they about it. Now only one way. Total independence and freedom for the state of Ambazonia. We must stop Cameroon their lie. We must drive them out of our land. All soldiers will not take note. Will not take no prisoner. No prisoner. All right? Now the news this. Tomorrow, make we leave them for here. Tomorrow, we'll see you now for the town hall with Ambazonians them for that side for Germany. So, we'll talk for una tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. For now, make una get a great evening. May God bless all una. As always, we love una and we send una our greetings. Make una get a good night.